Everybody has opinions. Yeah, I know it's a shocker. Everybody got their own favorite things they like, whether it be games, movies, shows, food, football player. Everyone likes what they like and everyone hates what they hate. And today it's going to be about like. So today we are going to talk about 5 of my favorite shows that I personally like, whether it be how relatable the characters are, how good the episodes are, how good the animation, the art style is, just all of that. Today we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite shows, so let's just get to it. Coming in at number 5 is Regular Show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people like this show anyways, but hear me out. So this show is just like really relatable, and it gets better as you get older because everything starts to make more sense. Like everything the characters are going through, they're growing as people, they have dreams, and it's just relatable. I don't know how to explain it. I don't script my videos because fuck scripts. The show has a lot of deep moments in it and also good comedy, and by comedy I mean other jokes besides Muscle Man's jokes.
I know someone who can help.
If you say your mom, you're fired.
My mom?
Get out!
It was worth it!
Okay, that instance was actually kind of funny. The show is anything but regular considering the 2 main characters are literal Blue Jay and Raccoon, and I like how they're giving simple tasks, but then it just turns out to be something crazier at the end. But I mean, Mordecai and Rigby gotta be the most incompetent motherfuckers I've seen in my life, to be honest, but it's still funny as hell, so that's what's good about it. Even though Mordecai started sucking as a character in comparison to Rigby, who was actually becoming better, but Mordecai was just the same, and he was kind of rude to Rigby at times, all because of Margaret. And even when he got over Margaret and started dating CJ, he straight up cheated on her, so that's, it's fucking bad. But we're not here to talk about all that, we're just talking about how good the show is. The show also has a lot of interesting and recognizable main characters, all with their own distinct designs and personalities, and all of them got to shine in one way or another in a bunch of their own episodes. Although during later seasons of the show it did start to flop, like most shows do, it was still a very great show, nostalgic for many, and still a fan favorite. And the show is still relevant even to this day, despite how old it is. And even the creator J.T. Quintel tried to create a failed adult cartoon that didn't last at all because HBO has terrible tastes. I mean, wouldn't be surprised if Regular Show got a reboot one day because of how popular it is, even though the show kind of ended. I mean, if Gumball got a reboot, surely this show can too, right? Coming in at number 4 is The Amazing Digital Circus. I mean, when the pilot came out, it was an instant hit. Maybe because it was a recognizable company that made this show and they've been teasing it. But this show is still insanely good for being a web show. I mean, I think a lot of web shows are good. The pilot was phenomenal. The second episode was it was fine, I guess. The third one was better, and then the fourth one, Chef's Kiss, masterpiece. Because it was a masterpiece. It was a great episode. This show has a lot of redeeming qualities, such as the expressive art style of it. I really like it. It's very bouncy and vibrant and expressive. And it has great characters too, all with good designs. Maybe besides Zubo, but I don't really mind their design because it is kind of meant to be a mess because that's the whole joke. The comedy is also great. It's mainly a hit or miss for me. I mean, it does have good jokes, but like not every single joke in this show is insanely funny to me. But there are some good jokes.
Do it, or I'll tell Ragatha about the figurine thing. I mean, I guess it's not as embarrassing as that time Gangle took an anime figure and...
That's fine. Let's skip this one.
But I still want to know what Jax is talking about here. Like, what the fuck is Gangle doing? This show also has great voice acting, something I wish I could attempt to do. It has a lot of good voice actors, even if I don't know any of them at all. Besides Michael Kovac as Jax, because that dude is literally in every single web animation at this point. But yeah, the voice acting is really good, and the stories are also good, telling very emotional, sentimental, and deep stuff. Especially in episode 4, I do like how Jax is becoming a better character. It seems, and being more open to Pomni, because he was like my least favorite because he's just a typical jerk character, and I don't usually like those type of characters. But he is significantly improving, which I like a lot about him. And you can see in the 4th episode more of Ragatha's like crazy side, where she straight up snaps at Jax, probably for the first time, probably more than we've seen before actually at times, because she does get upset at him. The show is like almost flawless. The only things I don't really like about it is how the creator Gooseworks behavior is at times, I guess, and also the fandom, because the fandom is disgusting at times. But to be fair, a lot of shows' fandoms aren't very good, and I think it's best to just ignore them. This show, those ones still not going to tarnish the show. It's still great, has potential. There's even a 5th episode coming out soon, so definitely gonna keep my eyes peeled for that. So this show is just really great, so obviously go watch it if you have the time to. Next we got the Cuphead show. I mean, this show, it is really good, even despite its flaws. Like, it's based on a video game, and usually most video game adaptations suck ass, but this is like one of the rare instances, besides like the Mario movie, for example, where a video game adaptation is actually good and not cringe-worthy to watch. I do like how the show is also basically like, a modern show that uses the rubber hose art style, which, it's a classic style, and I do like how a lot of media nowadays has been using the rubber hose style, with I think Bendy and the Ink Machine being the first, even though that game series is unfortunately kind of forgotten, even though it was very popular back then, because I remember it as a kid. But we're not here to talk about Bendy, we're here to talk about the Cuphead show. So the show is very different from the games, but like it's not drastically different where it's unrecognizable like the first Mario movie with just 2 guys who are dressed like Mario and Luigi. But yeah, here you can see it actually does feel like the show. You can tell it's the game, and it does add a bit of an interesting spin. I mean, it is just casual adventures and stuff, and not like straight up fighting bosses like the game, like getting their soul contract. I think it would be interesting if we got an episode like that, but the show has been unfortunately cancelled. And yeah, the show is really good. I like some of the episodes, especially when it's not always about Cuphead. But there is some problems, such as, I don't know, I wish the bosses were used way more as characters. I mean, the bosses were like such a big deal in the game. They're like the most popular characters. The show has a bad habit of just like giving these bosses from the game only one episode where they're like a starring role in, and then they're just not there for the rest of the show at all. They're only seen that one time. I mean, even King Dice, who is like the secondary antagonist, he's only seen in like 2 episodes, I believe, where he plays like a major role at least. But other than that, this show is really good. And yeah, I don't usually use Netflix a whole lot, but I would recommend you get Netflix to watch this show yourself. So, because you're probably gonna have an enjoyable time with it. I'm just gonna combine number 2 and number 1 here because they're basically in the same universe. They're like interconnected. So coming at number 2 and number 1, we have Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. Yeah, I know these shows are controversial, but I don't care. I really like them. They're some of my favorites. I mean, if it wasn't for Hazbin Hotel, there probably wouldn't be these other great web shows like Digital Circus and Murder Drones and Gaslight District. So yeah, you kind of have to thank Hazbin Hotel for that, because yeah, when the pilot came out, it was exponential, and it was a pretty simple premise, even though the thing is like 30 minutes long, but it's still like a really good episode, even though I don't remember much of it. The same with Hell of a Boss. When the pilot came out, they were both really good. I'm not sure why the pilots are considered canon to the show, considering they literally show us what the shows are going to be like. So they feel like episode 1, and they feel like episode 1 to me, and not the actual episode 1 of the shows where it doesn't explain any of that. Because that's what a pilot is supposed to do. It's supposed to explain the plot of something. But yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with these shows a lot, and yeah, they take place in hell, which is like really cool to me because demons are cool. But like, there is admittedly problems like yeah, the swearing problem because a million cuss words is not going to make the show seem more mature, and the show is meant for a more mature audience. But you know, the show is still really good. I like the animation. You know, again, it's very expressive, and you know, just something I've never seen in a show before where it's this expressive. And also the voice acting again is good. I know people don't really like the new voice actors because it's just like Hollywood voice actors from previous shows, such as Keith David as Husk, who is the voice of Spawn. The designs of the characters in the show are also a bit of a mixed bag. Like, I don't know, some of them are kind of strange looking, but I don't mind Charlie because at least she's adorable. But some of the other ones, like, they're just a bunch of animals and like objects. Doesn't really make sense to me. Like, I think I like Helluva Boss way more because at least the characters in the show look way more like demons with the horns and the tails. Because like the imps and the succubi, they look way more like demons than any of the main characters from Hazbin Hotel, to be honest. Like, they got a fucking snake and a cat and a small maid who has one single eye and is also like a gremlin. Anyways, besides characters and animation, the show also has really good music. Like, the music is a bop. Like, it's very cool and also sometimes like sweet. Like, it's a mix of both. Like, it's like heartwarming and then it's just fire at the same time. Same with Helluva Boss, but like some of the songs aren't really as iconic, but I do really like the songs from the episode Apology Tour. Like, it's all great. Like, it's just fucking masterpiece, bro. Although I do have to agree with some other people that the story is quite sloppy, especially since the show only has 8 episodes despite being worked on for apparently like 2 years or so. So yeah, it's just kind of sloppy. The story is all over the place. There's many subplots to it. Hopefully season 2 will fix that, and season 3 with Helluva Boss, like, hopefully they will fix those problems, because you know, season 2 of Helluva Boss is kind of a mess as well, especially with the later episodes. Even though I do really like them, I'm not really much of an analytical person, so I didn't really care about how flawed they were as much as other YouTubers I've seen talking about them. Because in the end of the day, I'm just a casual fan, and I'm not like anyone else in the fan base who's just crazy and writes weird fan fiction. If you write weird fan fiction, that's perfectly fine. Just don't be an ass to other people. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe to the channel, and you know, just let me know what you want to see me review next, because I'm starting to be a review channel. You know, reviewing my favorite games, shows, movies, just anything that I like. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. I don't know why I sound like that, but yeah, bye.